The Dodgers are rolling these days. And what's really impressive to me here is they've done it throughout all of these injuries they've had to deal with. Mookie Betts has been out for a while. Clayton Kershaw has missed most of the year. Daniel Hudson now out for the year with his ACL. Blake Trinan missed a lot. Dustin May hasn't pitched yet this year. I mean, it is remarkable what the Dodgers have been able to do this year. Walker Buehler is going to miss a substantial amount of time. It is truly impressive what the Dodgers have done. And we can look at the NL West and talk about, man, the Padres are really good. The Giants could possibly compete. No. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. This division runs through the Los Angeles Dodgers. It is truly incredible what they have done. And another thing that I look at this year is I think if they could take back the trade to this point that they made before the year started, giving A.J. Pollock to the White Sox and getting Craig Kimbrel back in return. Craig Kimbrel back. Kind of a tongue twister there. I think they would do it. I think they would take that trade back, keep A.J. Pollock, and not have Craig Kimbrel. One being outfield depth. They've just totally lost their depth in the outfield, especially we saw when Mookie went down. But Cody Bellinger isn't the Cody Bellinger of old, and we can't rely on that. He's going to hit 200, 215, and he's going to run into a baseball every once in a while and hit it out, and that's just who he is now. He's not going to be that guy that's hitting 330 with 40 homers. He's not. So you needed a guy like A.J. Pollock, and now he's gone, and it really shows itself when Mookie goes out or if another outfielder goes down. You need that depth. But what did you get in return? Craig Kimbrel, who, look, I don't know any other way to say it other than when he comes in the ninth inning, he's not one of those guys anymore. He's one of the greatest closers that our generation has seen, but if not the greatest of our generation. When he was with the Braves, he was locked down, but he's not that guy anymore. So he doesn't come in the ninth inning and you think, man, this game is over. What the Dodgers have been able to do without their guys, without a lot of stars, without the firepower in the lineup that they're used to. Max Muncy's hitting 160, Cody Bellinger hitting around 200. Justin Turner has certainly regressed. It looks like age is starting to catch up with him a little bit there. What they have been able to do without those guys is remarkable. Freddie Freeman, throughout all of the drama that he has been dealing with, 307, 10 homers, 49 RBIs already, 7 stolen bases, a 391 on-base percentage. Ranks 4th in Major League Baseball in hits, 5th in doubles. 1st in doubles, might I add, Matt Olson.
Could you imagine how good Freddie Freeman would be playing this year if he was actually all the way bought in?
I mean, okay, I hear what you're saying. That's great. I will not pretend like Freddie Freeman is not bought in, but there's certainly something going on there. There's certainly a lot of emotions involved, and that doesn't allow you to play to the best of your ability always. But Freddie Freeman picked up the slack. Trea Turner batting 306, 11 homers. Will Smith, 260, 13 homers. He leads all catchers in RBIs this season, tied for first amongst all catchers in home runs with 13. Tied Wilson Contreras there. So Gavin Lux has picked it up as well. So yes, you have all these names out. I'll say it again because this is remarkable. Mookie Betts missed a lot of time. He comes back this week. Daniel Hudson, Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Blake Trinan, Dustin May. It's crazy. But they've been able to find a way to be great. Still, Gavin Lux has a 326 batting average over his last 40 games. 326. And we haven't even mentioned the pitching. This is the biggest thing for them because you lose a guy like Clayton Kershaw for a lot of the year so far. Walker Buehler is going to be out most of the year. I mean, I'm hopeful he can come back. Friend of the podcast last year. But whenever you hear a guy comes out with an arm injury and you just hear it's going to be a while, that's not great news. So he's out for a while. Let's talk about who has stepped up because this is special. Tony Gonsolin has been remarkable. Tony Gonsolin has been the best pitcher in baseball. He's 10-0, a 1.54 ERA, and a 0.82 whip. Leads all starting pitchers in ERA. He's one of 2 pitchers with just Justin Verlander, heard of him, with 10 wins this season. And get this is remarkable. He has not allowed more than 2 earned runs in any of his starts this year. Hasn't allowed more than 2 earned runs. Tony Gonsolin of the Dodgers is now 10-0 this year. He has allowed just 44 hits. He's the first MLB pitcher to begin a season 10-0 with fewer than 50 hits allowed while pitching primarily as a starter since Walter Johnson did it in 1913. Tony Gonsolin, since Walter Johnson. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I don't care if I'm spoiling it. I'm talking about him doing something since Walter Johnson, so I'm just going to tell it right now. Wednesday, I was about to say Wednesday, Walter Johnson joins me. Walter Johnson is not joining me Wednesday, but Tony Gonsolin is. That's going to be on Wednesday, talking to the best pitcher in baseball so far this year, and a massive reason why the Dodgers are where they are. And it's been other guys that have stepped up on the pitching side. Tyler Anderson, 9-1 with a 3.09 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, has already set a single season career high in wins. Tyler Anderson, Tony Gonsolin have been fantastic in that rotation. When they really needed it, they needed guys to step up. But I just wanted to talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers because, one, they're the best team. They're the best team in the National League. Yes, the Mets for a while have been playing like it, but the Dodgers are the best team in the National League, and they can do it when guys go down and get hurt, when the biggest stars in the game get hurt. That's depth, my friends. That is a story on depth, and the Los Angeles Dodgers have it.
They certainly do. I mean, just look at the names that you mentioned: Mookie Betts, Kershaw, Walker Buehler. I mean, even Dustin May. Dustin May was almost like a kind of a super prospect coming up a couple years ago. If all these guys were off a roster on any other team in Major League Baseball, they might crumble. I mean, those are 4 or 5 legitimate starters, everyday guys you need in the lineup.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers have found a way to keep it going, and you've always mentioned it, that they have the best team on paper, right?
Yep.
Well, that best team on paper is still producing on the field consistently.
Yeah, it's truly remarkable. And you make a good point. When those guys go down, I mean, you hear Mookie Betts goes out for a few weeks, a team probably really struggles in that time. And with all of these guys, Daniel Hudson was the bright spot in that bullpen for the Dodgers this year. And he goes down for the year. And they're still just playing great baseball. They have a massive series. They were tied atop the division in the NL West with the Padres, and everybody's talking about the Padres. Rightfully so. It has been remarkable what they have done this year without Fernando Tatis all year and without Manny Machado for the last week or a couple of weeks. But then they go into LA, play the Dodgers, and this series is massively talked about, rightfully so. And the Dodgers just give it to them, man. I mean, the first 3 games of the series were dominant. They win the series over the Padres easily. I mean, the Dodgers are the best team in the National League, and we're seeing that, and we saw it on full display with another team that was one of the best teams in the National League. We saw them go into LA and just show you're not on the same playing field just yet.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.